The next one coming on the stage, ladies and gentlemen, CodeMate.ai. Well, CodeMate.ai is building a full stack AI coding agent that accelerates software development by automating the entire software development lifecycle. Please put your hands together for CodeMate.ai.
All right, a very good afternoon to all of you. Myself, Ayush Singhal. I'm the founder and CEO of CodeMate AI. As the name suggests, it's an AI coding agent helping anyone build softwares with simple conversations. We basically solve the biggest problem in the software industry. Like, software powers everything we use today, right from the information we consume through a website to consuming data through a chatbot, applications, and so on. But those who build it, they are actually less than 1% in number in the entire world. So to meet the ever increasing demand, there is always a very short supply of that. So we understood that problem, and we wanted to make not just the existing developers 20x to 30x more productive, but we wanted to lower the barrier to create a software. We wanted to make the technology accessible to anyone from any background, just with the help of simple conversations in simple regional language. They can converse with CodeMate, and CodeMate can build an end-to-end software for them. We, the founding team, identified this problem while working for more than 7 years in the industry. Me, Kshitij, Shama, we three of us have spent close to 7 years working products for millions of users across the world. And we identified this problem is not just with individuals. It's a very bigger problem on enterprise scale where billions of dollars are spent to clear the technical debts of engineering teams out there. So we saw this problem and wanted to build an environment where it is completely secured, private, and understands the contextual understanding of an organization. We already have like lots of ID environments, tools out there, which claims to be a developer tool and helps you in coding. But they lack three major areas where we found the gray area to enter. First and the foremost being understanding on legacy code bases. So code bases, like if you talk about enterprise, like we have the code base being written from hundreds of years out there. But the tools which we used are starting from day one, not from day zero. So we built a code memory which not just have the understanding on a legacy code base, but it keeps on understanding the code as you progress. So if you work on a code base 6 months later on as well, you can still refer to the same code with the help of CodeMate, and CodeMate can help you build further on. Second and the third area where we wanted to enter is every single coding tool out there is fully dependent on large language model hosted over clouds. We built a proprietary inference that can run on the edge because we believe code is the major IP of any company, so it should stay on device and on the existing environment with built-in guardrails that helps them in doing a secured way of coding automation. So this is a world where we eventually look upon, where to build a software, enterprise need not have tens and hundreds of tools to automate that. CodeMate can help them right from ideation, prototype generation, to code generation, then testing, debugging, and so on. Fully automation of entire software development cycle with the help of a single tool that works entirely from conversations, which built-in knowledge base, which has a contextual understanding on not just code bases, but on documentations, repositories, swaggers, and any form of knowledge which a developer himself looks upon. And then also helpful for non-developers, where we give that vibe to build a software to non-engineering teams. They can simply use CodeMate, describe what they want to build, maybe a chatbot, maybe voice agent, and so on, maybe any kind of an CRM. CodeMate understands, and it's a suite of AI agents that works under the hood. Each agent specifically designed to conquer a particular task, like let's say to plan a software, how softwares are built, like a job of a product manager as well. And then starting from designing to code generation, then testing, debugging, and finally in the deployment stage. So that's two teams which is working to build end-to-end software for you. And powered by already supported best of the models in the world, we also are heavily working on owning the infrastructure as well. We have our own suite of models, like ranking amongst the like industry best performing models. And we're super proud to share we are the only Indian company building for the world, which is ranking #1 right now on the SWE benchmark, verified data sets, which is a globally acceptable like benchmark by OpenAI. We have beaten GitHub Copilot, Cursor, and the best of the likes of the world. Very recently, last week itself, we have released this news. We have an accuracy of 76% in the SWE benchmark. And the future of AI, what we're looking upon, should be self-hosted on the enterprise environment with working on a hybrid architecture on device and on premises with a partnership of Qualcomm and working with more than
Time
100,000
is
users.
up.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Let's have a round of applause for CodeMate.ai. So we have a question from the jury now. Piyush?
Tell me something. There are 10 large vibe coding platforms out there. 5 are successful. And they also don't know whether they'll survive or not because of they're so close to the base models. So what is it that you're doing? From what I understand, it's still developing prototypes. Between getting to the prototype versus the actual final product is a huge margin. It's still 7 on 10. So what have you, I'm not sure or understood if you have got to that 10 on 10 or not, because that's the only way one can survive in the enterprise coding world, right?
Absolutely, great question. So we started with the developer tool. We started with helping the engineering teams automate their like development cycle from code generation to debugging. We entered into this vibe coding or like prototype generation, which you were mentioning upon, based upon our client requirements, because like we have a customer, TVS Credit, they're like they have product managers as well using our product. They wanted to build internal enterprise tools as well, so they start using CodeMate. So we launched another product which is helpful for non-developers as well. There we started entering into helping anyone build software. So like coming back to your question, how we see ourselves like from this market being changing upon like less than like 50% of the companies being successful. We are not just like helping like anyone build softwares as well. We are basically building the talent as well to learn programming to basically on an education level as well. We started CodeMate for Education, where more than 100 colleges are working with us right now to build out the talent pool to working on the actually on a coding level as well. So we are provoking more and more people to understand how softwares are built instead of like blindly going to a vibe coding tool and just prompting and getting the shit done without understanding how it is actually built upon. So that is one area, and like second area through a suite of automation, through code reviewing, on testing the piece of code being written. That is how we are managing this.
Fantastic. Sushma?
Yeah, my question is more on how do you price a product like this, and what is your selling proposition to a client?
Pricing is based on a subscription-based model with our autonomous agent being priced on a pay-as-you-go. Like our starting price is as low as 1,600 rupees per month per user. And for pay-as-you-go model, we charge as low as you can top up a $10 credits, and we give you 100 credits on that. So it is on a pay-as-you-go as well as on a subscription model based on the product you use. And the value proposition we deliver to the end client, we save their time and cost to build a software. So build versus buy mentality of any enterprise, they can do both with the help of CodeMate as well.
Dr. Debarag?
Yeah. So I noticed you're focusing on the SLM and especially trying to get into AGI. What's your take on how you maintain that high SOTA rank while being on the edge? And mind you, I love the fact that you're trying AGI. As a coder, the quicker the prompt response. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for the same. And answering to your question, like we haven't done fully on device yet. Like it's more on a hybrid mode where depending on the type of query put up by a developer or a user, it chooses like whether it should shift to a large language model which is hosted over a GPU server of cloud or on-prem, or it should stay on the device and run over a small language model. That is what we have built on an architectural level. And the performance which we have been receiving, that's on a latest coding agent, which is runs on the IDE, our Cora agent. that is performing the top amongst the Cursor and GitHub Copilot, with being hybrid in nature. Depending on the query, it can stay on device or over cloud as well. I hope it answered a question or I missed anything.
Tanushree, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
So when you talk about on-prem, UIDI is very particular about development on-prem because of various security issues. Like Devbrat was saying that there are concerns, security concerns. So two questions, how do you incorporate DevSecOps into, is there a plan for that? Because a lot of these need to be updated on a regular basis. And the second one is that like they were saying, how do you ensure that once you have given on subscription to an on-prem customer, how often will you upgrade it? Have you faced challenges about the security team saying that you can't be upgrading it how frequently as you want?
Sure. So answering to your first question, like we are catering to even the security team as well. It helps them in managing their CI/CD pipelines and on a security side deployments and as well. So there are different agents working under CodeMate, which works on these areas, which is helping a cloud security team or an enterprise as well in their day-to-day task. And how do we cater? The second question was?
Keep them updated.
Keep
on
them
an
updated, right,
on-prem
right.
dev.
So we do like regular updates on our models. So it depends, like an enterprise, are they using any OpenAI Anthropic models, or they're using our own models, which is hosted on their environment. So if they're using our models, we do regular updates on a fine-tuning level on their data sets, on our data sets. Depending on their case-to-case requirement, we do it like maybe like twice a year or once in a year like basis as well. So there's a constant maintenance being happening on an enterprise level.
Thank you so much, CodeMate AI. Let's have a round of applause for them. Thank you so much.